Shalawam, Yasharahla. All praises be unto the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham, Mashiach, Kwamelak Yahweh. Humble. We did humble. We went over that the other day. I had some feedback from a few people on that. They quite liked that lesson, which is a beautiful thing because it shows our brothers being meek and being humble to the words that are coming out of these scriptures and taking them on board. That is the key thing. Taking them on board and making them a part of your life. Implementing them straight away. Not leaving no time to waste. Because there really is no time to waste. You know? But what I wanted to do is go a little bit more. Not say in depth, but you know, like we said, you need to be humble. Well, the opposite of that is you being prideful. And that's a big no-no. Right? We're a proud people. Salakia Israel. But we're not going to be proudful and portray proudfulness in a derogatory way. So what I want to do now is I want to go through a few scriptures with you. You know, that shows what it is when you try to exalt yourself. You know, you exalt yourself, like you're puffed in yourself. You're trying to get to be too much. You're too much. You know, you're too proud. Much time you hear that. From we growing up here, don't be too proud. Yeah, we're proud for certain things, yeah. But, you see that pride? We've got to be very careful with it. It can lead you to death. And I'm going to go through a few scriptures here today just to, you know, show them more in regards to that. Because it's a very serious thing. This pride is preventing a lot of Israel from even gathering together. But I digress. Let's go into some scriptures and let the Bible speak. So we want Ecclesiasticus. We want chapter 5 and 11. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and 11 reads, "Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer." Verse 12. "If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth." This is absolutely what I mentioned in our previous class. When I was saying sometimes the wise man knows when to keep his mouth shut. You see, it all comes down to you being humble, meek, lowly. Because then you'll submit to the laws of the Most High God. You'll follow his wills. These then in turn become your history, heritage, and culture. Literally the way you are, the way you live. And this is all that is required of us. But if you're too proud, you're going to want to do what you want to do. And we can't be doing this no more, Israel. We cannot be doing this no more. We've grown. We've grown. So let's move on a little bit further now. I'll read it one more time for clarification so I've not missed anything. So that's Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, 11 and 12. "Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answers. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth." Otherwise, you're going to be giving foolish advice. We can't be doing this. A fool discusses a matter which he knoweth not. Again, we grown, Israel. We can't be falling prey to these little things. We can't. We're above this. We're above this. Let's stay in Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to the first chapter and we want verse 30. Yep. So that's Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 30. And it reads, "Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul, and so God discover thy secrets and cast them down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit." This is talking about some brothers and some sisters that creep in unawares. I don't even want to go into that too much. But yeah. Creeping, crept in unawares. You gotta be watch out for this, Israel. You gotta watch out for this. Verse 30. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth the fear of Yahweh, but the heart is full of deceit. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High. So if you do not have the fear of the Most High, and you say you walk in the truth, you're a pretender. You're not in no. Come on, Israel. Come on, Israel. This prideful thing is going to finish us if we don't get it right. We need to get it right. Get this out of Israel. Because this is something right now that is causing even strife between brothers, where there shouldn't be no strife. But there's this pride thing going on there. But it also goes into the curses, where we'll say your brother's eye is going to be evil towards his own. That's what these things are. We have to shake these things off now. We know this. We know this. Proverbs chapter 11 and 2. Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. All praises be unto the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Amashiach Yahweh. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. All praises. Let's jump over to chapter 29 and 23. Still in Proverbs, just chapter 29 and 23. All praises. All praises, Yasharahla. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. So we must be humble, and if you are humble, the Most High honors you. You are awarded. We went over this in our previous class. So all these things are tying in together to show you in regards to humbleness and in regards to being prideful. Prideful, we need to shove this to one side. This has no bearing for Israel. This is not going to do us any good, no benefit for us whatsoever. You know? So let's move on from that. And we're going to let's go to the New Testament. I'll check this one in Matthew. I like this one. It's Matthew chapter 23 and 12. Matthew chapter 23 and 12. Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, meaning brought low. We just read that. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he shall humble himself. He that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So again, the man who is humble, the man who is meek, the man who is lowly, the Most High honors him, but bring low the prideful. Bring low the prideful. And this is some serious advice coming from our big brother and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. So if you ain't gonna listen to nobody, listen to Yahweh Shai, because there is no guile in his mouth, and he's telling you the truth, and he's giving you life. Again, let's keep these laws, Israel. Let's stay humble, Israel. Let's get out of this captivity, because we have got next. Ecclesiasticus Yasharahla, chapter 10. So that's Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10. We want verse 12, and we'll go through till we get to probably 13. Yeah, I won't go past 13. Yeah, 10, 12, and 13. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. We already assessed that. We already said you ain't gonna be submissive to the Most High if you ain't humble. So you're not gonna do his will. And that's exactly what this scripture is saying right here, right now. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore Yahweh brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. So again, Israel, we are to stay away from this prideful thing. This I'll call it a disease that goes around the nation. We need to snuff this out. We need to snuff this out, because this will hold you back. This will hold you back from getting the kingdom. Let's go to Timothy. I'll have a look at Timothy. I'll finish there. I'll close there, because that's more than enough in regards to, don't be prideful. Don't exalt yourself like you want to exalt yourself above the clouds. Don't do this. Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 6. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 4. He is proud, knowing nothing, but dotting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railing, evil, surmising. Verse 5. Perverse disputings of men, of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is goodliness, from such withdraw themselves. So the proud will not submit themselves to serve the Most High God. The proud, they will not do it. They will lean, therefore, unto their own understanding to do their will. So again, Yasharahla, let's stay away from this prideful nonsense. Let's be humble. Let's be holy to the Most High. And in order to do that, we have to be meek. We have to be submissive. We have to keep these laws. So Yasharahla, I bid you, yes I bid you farewell until the next class. Have a beautiful Shabbat. Stay in these scriptures and implement these laws. All praises be unto the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. All praises. Shalawam.